G'day, legends. Alright, first of all, as per usual, if you're a legend and you're subscribed, hit the like button. If you're not a legend and you want to be one, subscribe, then hit the like button. Alright, you'll notice I'm talking a little bit quieter. I'm in the house, all the kids are asleep. So when you don't want to wake them, that takes a bit to get them asleep. The missus will be cross. Alright, sorry I didn't get a video out yesterday. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this video. Normally I upload them hours later, like the YouTube thing, the algorithm. You're supposed to leave them to sit so it knows who to send them out to and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to send this straight out to you guys because I said I was going to do it yesterday. I didn't do it. I apologise for that, and I just want to get it out. So we're going over what's happened in the last week while I haven't had a phone. Got a new phone. It's pretty neat. It wasn't that expensive, but I'm very, technology's going forward since my last phone. We'll see how the camera goes, whether it turns off like my old one when I'm screen recording. Now I'm screen recording because I've got a few interesting things to show you. All right, but first of all, as always, let's go check the crypto bubbles and see what the markets are doing. Okay, so this is your Bitcoin. For the week we're down 5%, roughly, from 110 to 103, sitting at 104 now. It's a nice downtrend there. We'll leave it at that. We won't hang on Bitcoin too much. It's getting into the too expensive to buy category again. Ethereum. It's coming down off of that nice 2500 area that I talked about. If I had have bought some when I said to, that's where I would have probably taken a little bit of profits. It got up to 2765, and the month is looking, that's what I was talking about there. When we hit about here, I probably would have taken some profits if I had have bought some, but I didn't because I've got a lot of money invested for me in crypto, and you still got to pay your normal bills. So just remember to invest wisely. Don't spend money you can't afford. Being a new phone, I don't have all the yellow ones on all my favorites at the moment. So we'll just have a look to see what we can find that's moving. Obviously this one, White Rock, which is some type of alternative to BlackRock, I assume. I don't actually know what that is. I haven't looked into it. But it's up 15%. We've got a bit of a smattering. Monero's up. This is Monero as a privacy coin. It had a massive downturn about a year ago. See if we can find it. Yeah, it must have been over a year ago. It must have been about 1800 months though, but it used to be up about this level and dropped off because of some bad news in court, I think it was. It's good to see it back, especially for those people that like the privacy stuff. Everything else is, down 2%, up 2%, that type of thing by the looks of it. We'll have a look at our week. That's more of an indicator. Yeah, so a pretty big down week. We'll go into that in a minute, but basically the Bitcoin conference has generally been a buy the rumor, sell the news. So buy up towards the conference, and then as the conference starts, literally that day, it started to go down. Bitcoin did, and so did everything else. So it's buy the rumor, sell the news. I did know that was probably going to happen, but at the time I actually forgot because I was away from technology. So I probably could have saved made a bit of money. We'll have a look at our month. Yet again, our month looks quite nice for some of the more alternative, lower cap coins coming through. Yeah, especially your meme coins, Pepe, SPX, WIF, they're all up. We'll move on to some news. Well, first we'll do our fear and greed. Here's your fear and greed index. This tells you how the market is feeling. Strangely enough, we're at 104,000 and we're down at 64, and yesterday we were at 56. Still in greed, but definitely going backwards. So people are a little bit fearful. I haven't got up the Bitcoin dominance today. We'll do it next time. Now, I came across this title and I wanted to point it out to people because I want people to look a little bit deeper in their research. And so if you come across a title that looks like this, now this is Altcoin Daily. This is probably the second, I think they're the second biggest crypto channel in the world. It's something like that. They're very big anyway. They got, 1.6 million followers. And this title is Bitcoin News, Bank of England's massive move revealed. And it's built up to be this huge thing. And I'll point out this comment just here below it. The comment says Nigel Farage has no power whatsoever until at least 2028. And that, I'll just come back to. I'll just come back to the camera and talk to you guys now. So, because I've got my little note with my stuff written on it, which, very professional of me. But what it was Altcoin Daily's brought out this, and obviously they do Altcoin Daily. It's daily news, but so they've got to put out these thumbnails that get people's attention. But this one was a little bit misleading because it was saying that the Bank of England would have a Bitcoin digital reserve, and that there would be a crypto assets and digital finance bill. And the guy who was talking at Bitcoin conference in America, his name was Nigel Farage, and he was out there talking about it. The thing is, he says in the video that it's, if we win the next election. So this guy that's come out and they've run with this story as a big news story is saying, if we win the next election. So this guy is essentially the same as Cynthia Lummis for America before Donald Trump won the election. So it's a person who's really bullish on Bitcoin, has all these big Bitcoin plans that they want to do. But right now they're on the opposition. They essentially have no power. And so they have to win the election. And as we've seen within America, America's moved very fast as far as things have gone. With lawmaking, even though it feels like they've been going slow, you still have to get everything through and voted on. So just because they say, we're putting forward a bill to have the Bank of England have a reserve and all this type of thing, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Now, if it does happen, yep, super bullish. That'll be fantastic. But I just want people to know, just because, so we do lose the camera, it turns out, even on this new phone with this screen recorder thing. Anyway, so I just want people to make sure you take a little bit more caution when watching big YouTubers. It's how they get their living. I'm not talking down Altcoin Daily or anyone else. I'm just saying the thumbnail was more that what sort of annoyed me a bit, because it's misleading. It wasn't big news. It was basically a non-story. In the future, if they get into power, they have plans of things they want to do. Sure. All right. When you get there, let us know. That type of thing. All right. What other stuff happened? So Bitcoin conference, obviously huge in America. JD Vance, the vice president of the US, was there. Michael Saylor was there. I did watch some of his speeches when I got this new phone the morning I got it. That's what was hitting through my feed on YouTube. He did if you want to be inspired to buy Bitcoin, if you find it hard to buy, I'll tell you what, go and watch some of his videos. That man would sell his grandmother to buy Bitcoin. He just, he worships it. It's bizarre. I do like Bitcoin and I do buy Bitcoin. I do find that, you're going to get better results during altcoin season if you hold your money and you invest it at the right time. Bitcoin over the long term is a good investment because it's far more safe, and it slowly goes up basically constantly. It has its pullbacks, but then every 4 years, it goes up. If you go year to year, it's roughly like 30% or something. It just keeps going up overall. So I watched he had a 21 Steps to Wealth. That was a fantastic video. A lot based on Bitcoin, but I was just like looking at it going, there's a lot of steps in there that are good for people that, just want to help getting wealthy, I suppose. All right. What else we got? Trump Media raises 2.5 billion to buy Bitcoin. So that came out. So I've already talked about Bitcoin went up until the conference, and it was a buy the rumor, sell the news. That's not just the only thing that happened at that time. That's sort of what is reported. But the minutes from the FOMC in America also came out around those times. And the minutes of what happened behind closed doors, what was talked about, were not necessarily bullish for the US economy. So people like serious investors that read those things may have taken money off the table and stuff there. So there's always underlying other things that you need to keep an eye on. All right, what else have we got? This one's bullish for Ethereum. SharpLink Gaming, which is a crypto gaming company, proposes selling 1 billion of its shares. So they've put forward to whoever they need to put forward to that they want to sell $1 billion worth of shares, common shares, to buy $1 billion of Ethereum for their Ethereum foundation or whatever they've got. So that is the news that I've got for you. So everything's just sort of stayed the same, apart from the Bitcoin price has gone down a bit because, that's what it does. It goes up, it goes down. All right, well, I hope this has helped you guys out. I'm sorry I look tired. I haven't been sleeping well, but I get on because I love doing this for you guys. As tired as I feel, I love to get on and have a chat to you. All right, have a great evening for you Aussies. Do something nice for someone else. Crypto Bogan out.